Welcome back to Physics Online. We've already talked a little bit about net forces. Let's go ahead and look at the math side of this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here. I'm right here on the PhET acceleration simulator. There we go. And we've already kind of talked about the amount of force I have to apply here. So I'm applying acceleration. But notice as I apply the force, the acceleration increases, right? And it'll increase in the positive or the negative direction. But acceleration is directly proportional to the applied force. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at the math on that. Okay. Let me scroll down a little bit. So the math for this is the net force is equal to, let me rotate this a little bit, mass times acceleration. Okay, that means that if the mass remains the same and the acceleration increases, then the net force must increase as well. Okay, now this, excuse me, I'm going to cough for a minute. Let me pause the video. All right, we're back. I can rewrite this formula so that I can figure out if I apply a force, what's my acceleration, right? So I want to get acceleration by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by mass. And what I get is, so that cancels and that cancels. What I get is acceleration is equal to force, the net force, divided by the mass. Okay. So I can figure this out however I need to go. If my force increases and my mass stays the same, my acceleration will go up. If my mass decreases and my force remains the same, my acceleration will go up. Okay. So let's just look at a real quick. Let's say that I want to, how fast, let's say I want to have an acceleration. I want to figure out how much force I got to apply when I'm skating to get an acceleration equal to gravity. Okay, so that means I'm going to be using this first formula. My force is what I'm looking for. What force do I need to apply? The mass, I don't want to tell you, but it's 220 pounds. But I don't want to use pounds. I want to use kilograms. Okay, so kilograms is, I can't remember, 1.2, 2.2. Hold on a minute. Let me pause the video. All right, here it is. 220 pounds is equal to 99.7 kilograms. I should have done kilograms in the first place because it makes me look skinnier. I'm not, but it does, you know. So 99, let's get rid of that. All right. So 99, it was 7.9, so I'm going to say 99.8 kilograms. And I want to know how much force I've got to do in order to have an acceleration equal to gravity. So times 9.8 meters per second. Okay? I think that's meters per second squared. Is that right? Yes, it is. Meters per second squared. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the math here. So on my calculator, 99.8 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second squared. I've got to have a net force equal to 678 newtons. That is a lot of newtons. I'm not sure I could do that. Not for very long, for sure. But that's how I do the math for this. This is Newton's second law. Newton's second law is force is equal to mass times acceleration. That's what Newton's second law is. Okay? Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm so glad you're here.